Do you love the Tabernacle Choir? This year, the choir's music is everywhere you are. Listen to your favorite choir songs and music and the spoken word anytime you want on Alexa by simply enabling the skill.
Alexa, play music in the spoken word.
Now playing music in the spoken word.
You can also download the Tabernacle Choir app, subscribe to the choir on YouTube, listen on Spotify, and have access to all their wonderful music. Happy listening.
Adventures don't always go as planned. One minute you're cruising in your RV, the next your tire hits a massive pothole. Progressive is ready for you when the unexpected hits, with excellent claim service for your boat, RV, and motorcycle. Plus optional coverage like roadside assistance and on-the-water towing. Visit Progressive.com and make sure your next adventure is unforgettable, for the right reasons. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage is subject to policy terms and limits.
Hey, it's 10 a.m. and this is Utah's best sports radio.
Say my name.
You're locked on to Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
By the way, this is the downside of the station barbecue, is the submission of receipts that have now been sent over to Lloyd.
Is that like
no
the
wonder
airing
you were
of
going to
grievances?
your office. You had some work to do.
I know, yeah, I had some work to do. Lloyd and I were walking in from the parking lot this morning, and
I got to go to my office.
And I got to go to the office. I gotta hunker down.
It's like 20 minutes out from showtime. What do you mean? What you doing?
It was about 40 minutes out from showtime.
It was airing of grievances.
But I also too Melissa. If you use the old P card and you don't get something submitted, Melissa's coming for you up in payroll. And so I did not. I actually met her the other day for the first time, and I was like, you know what? She is a lovely person. I do not.
Yeah, she is absolutely
just the nicest, most genuinely nice person I've ever met. But sometimes we force her to be a bad person when you don't submit your expenses on time. You use that P card. She's the one responsible for it. So it's like, all right, I better get my receipts in.
Her job is occasionally to be the bad cop.
Yeah, exactly. And and after meeting her, I'm like, you know what? She's genuinely not the bad cop. Like, I don't want to make her a bad cop. So I was like, I'm going to get my stuff sent in on time. So how about that, Lloyd? I am a model employee right now.
Now, if I could just get you doing your
that's all up to date too.
I know it is. All my
your
security awarenesses and stuff like that up to date.
Did you do the one yesterday?
Oh, was there one that came out yesterday?
Yeah, day one I knocked it out, baby.
Look at you go!
Wow.
There are 14 days left yet, and I
right
did it
now
last
there's
night.
currently, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a break because you're new to this, but there's for sure two people that I can set my watch to, that they're just going to. I'm going to get an email that says you have
past due
employees that are past due on trainings, and I'm like, well, Scott Garrard and Jake Scott.
I was going to say it's Mike 1 for this show and Mike 1 for the next show.
Yes,
which I learned
Scott Garrard and
numbers
Jake Scott.
to the mics. I tried to open the show with Alex at the same time, and Lloyd's like, "You're in 2, sitting in 2."
When I start getting emails from HR to remind me, it's like, okay.
What did you say about her job requires her occasionally be the bad cop, you said?
Yeah.
And yours is
always to be the bad cop.
Always.
Yeah.
I just making sure we're clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ours is to be
just the pretty faces of the station.
Yeah. Our voices, your voice, not mine. Your voice and I think our comedic repertoire.
Yeah.
And your choices of music too.
Yeah,
as I've
comedic
learned.
repertoire. Got another nice email last night, or a message. A bunch of you reach out. Thank you, saying how much you appreciate the show. Makes me feel good because this show's been humming for a long time. I just want to make sure we keep humming.
Keep the look. All we ask is we had ourselves a nice little Ferrari going. Don't grind the gears, and we'll be just fine. And you have not only done that, provided a nice little turbo boost to the
I brought some nitrous.
A little Fast and Furious, a little nitros button, and off we go.
Yeah.
You ever watch those shows?
I don't.
I tried to watch a couple, and it's like,
I don't do well with meatheads.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I see them across the way and say hello.
Vin Diesel and The Rock and those guys.
I would never go to one of those Be a Man summits or anything. That
oh, yeah?
I wouldn't do any of that.
Alpha Con.
I'm very comfortable.
Let me teach
being,
you how to be a man.
What would not be an alpha? Beta. Beta is good for me. Thank you.
Well, like the old adage is, if you have to say you're an alpha, you're probably not an alpha.
Or go to a conference.
Or go to a conference, you're definitely not an alpha.
Okay, let me give you your alpha sticker. You are now an alpha.
Congratulations. You have now reached alpha. Give me your $499 and I will give you this. I'm an alpha sticker.
Now, we have a follow-up program that will knock your alpha right through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
And that's $12,000, but you get to come to the Bahamas with us.
Yeah, we're all going to be on a cruise ship.
We're going to
drinking Rusty Nels because whatever Lloyd drinks isn't allowed.
Rusty.
What was it that you got in trouble for?
A Hefeweizen.
Oh, yeah.
Can't have that.
Because here's the
A
thing.
Heffy.
Where did he get in trouble for that?
Jake Scott, of all people. Jake is like apparently the most masculine drinker on the planet. And just
I would have had no idea.
Threw Lloyd under the bus for not drinking masculine enough drinks.
The Heffy is not masculine enough. I was like, wait, what?
Okay. Duly noted.
Yeah.
I mean, the drinking thing for me was, never really much of a thing.
Hey, it's probably why I still have my liver.
But I did have a great story. A buddy of mine who didn't drink a lot went to Vegas, and he went with a bunch of guys. I mean, the old peer pressure thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a business deal. They're all celebrating, so they pass the waitress comes up, what are you drinking? And he'd never ordered a drink in his life. So he's coming around to him, and he's holding his breath, and he's like, I'll have a Tom Collins. And the lady's like, I don't think anyone's ordered one of those since Dean Martin. I mean, he went to like a 50s movie and just threw something out there.
Just like old school manly drink. So
it's like, who?
Tom Collins.
Who do we know at the table that's not a drinker? It's old Tom over there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we nailed it. All right, fun show today. By the way, Lloyd dropped a little breaking news on me as we were walking down the hallway. Guess who's locked and loaded for the Ute preview show? Can we announce that? Are we okay?
Yeah, we're good to announce it.
Frank Dolce's back with us.
Yeah.
Back with us.
The human detour.
You and Frank probably have some stories.
Frank and I have done a few things together. He has a podcast that he does for his company.
Yeah, it's called Quite Frank.
It should be.
Quite Frankly.
Quite frankly. That would actually be a great name. I think I don't remember what it's called because it's part of their logistics company, but I did that podcast with him. We had a great sit-down visit, and I've got to know him through the years. And I mean, arrogant as the day is long, but what a good guy.
I don't know if I
think that's pretty well put. Yeah.
Where the time slot of that's going to be, noon to 2, essentially.
Oh, with the new show.
Well, because which is, by the way, what he used to want to change it. He's like, can I just come in at noon? Remember, the show used to be 12 to 3.
Right. Yeah.
Can I just do 12 to 2?
1.
Like, no, the show's 1 to 3. What are you talking about, Frank? But now he's demanding that since it's right at lunchtime, a pizza every week.
I'll go.
He's demanding a pizza every week.
I'll go get him a hot and ready. Although Mr. Italian.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
I got home from the show last night. My wife was going to be gone for a long time. So, kind of left me to my own wiles. And I decided to order a pizza. I haven't done that forever. So I ordered a pizza and some wings and just sat there like a bachelor and ate them. It was great.
I forgot to bring in. I had some.
Oh yeah, thanks.
I forgot to bring in some barbecue for the two of you.
Dude just keeps telling us how that's so good. You guys got to try this.
No, seriously. Like I have stumbled onto the greatest thing ever.
It's post barbecue goulash.
Yeah, it's the post barbecue. Like at Thanksgiving, you have all these leftovers, so you just kind of combine them all into one. I took this mac and cheese. I took the pulled pork. I took the brisket. I took a little of this.
That brisket, bro. Are you kidding me on the brisket? Really?
Brisket was
like
good.
that first cut you made of that thing?
And it's just sopping wet. Yeah, it was great. But I included all that together. I put a little this all-purpose SPG, salt, pepper, garlic rub.
Hey,
a little sprinkle of that on there.
You got to know the euphemism.
I know, right?
SPG.
Yeah. And then I put a little drizzle of the barbecue sauce on there, a couple pickles, slices of pickles in there. Boom. Unbelievable. As good as anything we served that night. But I'm like, if I had a food truck and I could just dish this stuff out all day, I'd be like retired in
barbecue
no time.
Hash.
Barbecue. There you go. Barbecue hash. I think we're on to something.
Let's think about it.
I think I could make a food truck. Anybody need some help with a food truck? Let me know. I'll go sling. I always wanted to be a short order cook.
And me, a sous chef, just you telling me hey, I need some more of that SPG.
Honestly, everybody tells like, what would you be if you weren't in sports radio? I'm like, I'd either be a truck driver or a short line cook because I like to be alone. Like I want people.
You do like solace, don't you?
I do. I like silence, because we talk all day and stuff. And sometimes it's just like, that's why I think I like the yard work. Just like put my headphones in, listen to some music, and just focus in on the task at hand.
I love that. I wish I could do it. I'm not very good at that.
I'm like a squirrel. You're the most socially incredible person I've ever met. Honestly.
I just like people, man.
Yeah.
And so if there's somebody around, I'm going to go chew on their ear for a minute. And we get speaking of chewing on ears, Ron McBride in studio today.
Are you kidding me?
No, 45 minutes of the guy.
Ronnie Mac hanging out with us. What time's Ronnie Mac going to be hanging out with us?
Noon, lunch hour.
Lunch hour. Mac, if you want to bring in some lunch, we wouldn't be upset
Pizza?
about that.
Go, we'll just start demanding like Dolce.
We're not like Frank, though. We'll take any kind of pizza. We're not.
Now, if you're getting pizza, the two places I recommend.
Yeah.
You fly one in from New York, or I can just hear his demands.
There's this place in Italy. All right, let's get to it. Starting lineup, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to kick off the show with the biggest headlines of the day. This is your starting lineup on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, Coach, I'm so sorry. I promised myself I wouldn't do this. I got to ask you one question. Like, did somebody in the Heat PR department, did they really screw up?
Yes, the answer to that is yes.
So you think he's going to Miami?
And I
think
it was all set up to happen and everything.
And now they're going to have to.
Now they got to slow play this thing to get away from it. But it looked like yesterday that all signs were pointing to a decision coming pretty quick.
Yeah.
Little chatter of that, and then if you didn't see it, the Miami Heat social media.
Yes.
And social media for professional organizations always becomes a thing because when you have one person with all that on their shoulders, we unfortunately just saw it at RSL this last week, right?
Yeah.
Mistakes happen.
And it wasn't even like,
it was just an oversight.
And that was just a real simple mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
Oversight. But those simple things can be,
yeah.
This one got noticed really quick. Miami put it out that there was going to be a press conference to announce the signing of LeBron James. And then everything just went quiet. And there will be no decision today, and they are trying to get away from it. As I sat back and looked at it, there's something about him in his mind, Giannis, and Bam, that I think is like, we can do this. So that's kind of been my lean, but we need to wait still to see.
So, look, there's a lot of inner workings that happen within a team. And there are a minute amount of people that will get a heads up on things so that they can be prepared. Right? Very small amount. I don't think Pat Riley pulled in the entire social media team and said, all right, guys, let's prep. Let's get ready. We're doing this. And that's why I think some stuff like this can happen, because when you put people that are really high up on the food chain in charge of things and they don't get their underlings involved, that's when the screw-ups happen. Because if somebody were to tell you or I, or even Lloyd, hey, we need you guys to be pumping out these social media videos with all the cool graphics and stuff that we're pumping out every day, we're not doing that. We've got a host of people in our department led by Madison Hinkhouse, who does a tremendous job. Maddie's awesome, but they take care of all that stuff. If we were asked to do that, we would screw it up. But the problem is they had to keep things so limited in the amount of people that were in the know that people that probably don't know what they're doing had to do some stuff to get prepared for this and accidentally hit the submit or go live button. I think it's a very plausible thing because I've been part of situations where we want to be prepared. Like when the Rudy Gobert trade happened and the Donovan Mitchell trade happened, we had promos and all this stuff ready to go because we had heard that it was close. Now, we didn't know that it was officially going to happen, but we had heard that it was pretty doggone close to going down. So we were all ready with all of our production and all of the big voice guy and all this other stuff to go live with these promos that would run announcing that Donovan Mitchell had been traded, that Rudy Gobert had been traded. So it's immediate. because we want to be prepared for it. That's what the Miami Heat are saying. Like, hey, look, we're just trying to be prepared in case something happens. But the problem is they put a specific time and date for the press conference.
Publish.
That's the problem. Like, you go to CNN and they've got interns working on death notices on every celebrity over the age of 65. So if that person does pass away, boom, they just insert a picture, the date, the time, push it out. It's done. That's just something that's just called good planning, being prepared. But nobody has the exact date of when that person's going to die because they shouldn't know when that person's going to die. These people can go ahead and prepare things as if LeBron James could be going so they don't get caught unaware, but they shouldn't know the time and date of that exact press conference. So that's what leads me to believe that, yes, he's going to Miami.
And then, you go back to the Giannis signing, and, I mean, Riley was pretty overt about saying, we're going to make a run at this guy.
Yeah.
And that was kind of on the table, but not necessarily on the table. So that kind of opened up everybody's eyes to the possibility as well. I think it's, at this point, it's only a matter of time. I think they do just need to distance themselves. And it is the inner workings. We used to sit in our offices knowing like a transfer of a guy was coming down the wire, right? Yeah. Or maybe a disciplinary thing that we had to handle. And, we just make sure that stuff got out and isolate in our offices for a few minutes. Always tried to release it Friday at 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The dump time.
If it was a good thing, probably Monday.
Oh, absolutely.
If it was a bad thing,
you want to.
Yeah, the Friday news dump.
You want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all sorts of inner workings and things that, as you say, you got to prepare for. But unfortunately, in this case, I think somebody uncovered the statue before it was unveiled.
Yeah. So I think, this is something that is probably going down. It makes a lot of sense. I think, look, just outside of Giannis and Bam, Miami's not a bad place to live, especially if you're a celebrity and money is not an issue. You're not worried about air conditioning. You're not worried about anything like that. Like Miami's a very enjoyable place to live. And
his family will not move. So in essence, he'll be, trolling Miami by himself.
He'll be a bachelor essentially in Miami,
and that's a good place to be. I think back to the meme that's come of him that's in the pool, kind of looking up. This is my life. That's, to me, if I'm making the choice, I'm going to Miami. I'm going to Cleveland.
No.
I ain't going to live in Cleveland.
It's certainly not going to Minnesota.
Not going to Minnesota. Not going to the nation's capital.
Nope.
There's too much crap going on there. I think I would, I may even live on a boat for a year. Just go get a boat right there, docked a yacht or something. But I do think that's where he's going to end up. And obviously somebody in the Miami Heat social media department does too.
Does feel like, yes, that he is on his way, which, you know what, good for him. That it's going to be the East because I don't think he wants any part of the West. He wants to win at a pretty high level, which means East. Cleveland doesn't make any sense. And it just, it's Miami. It's going to be Miami.
And if you're looking at like prediction market odds, they've gone nuts since this.
Yeah.
Miami's now 49% of the people that have, staked their claim. Cleveland 28 and Golden State 14. Golden State once thought to be the real leader in all that. But I'm with you. I think there's way more to it. I think the basketball situation fits great. And for where he is in life, you wear shorts every single day if you're in Miami.
Yeah. T-shirt and shorts day.
And a bucket hat. I mean, he'd be in heaven. That'd be his spot.
You like the bucket hat, don't you?
I'm a big, big proponent. I bought one for the first time in Cooperstown.
Okay.
And I put it on and I thought, but it grew on me. I like it. I like my buddy just went in. He's got all sorts of cancer on his face and stuff, skin cancer from the years of.
Yeah.
So that's the other nice thing is you get a little more protection.
You ever get stuck on, and Lloyd, I know you do this too, like weird rabbit holes on like Instagram where it's just like,
why'd you say I do?
No, I just know that
because you're constantly getting
information.
You actually send them to me.
I mean, your algorithm's whacked.
Yeah, you do have a funky algorithm.
I so do.
Mine's of all people just like dancing and being silly, and yours is like a lady driving into a bike race.
Like there's
Mine is it's all over the map. It's everything.
Like I got stuck watching guys form cowboy hats or like fedoras, and I've sat there on the throne for hours watching dudes form cowboy hats, and like they got the little steam thing, and they're forming that like, oh, this is a cattleman's crease, or this is a blah 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 fedora with the twist, and I'm like, I want one. Like, I want one bad.
You would look good in a fedora.
But that's the thing. But then I'm realizing that they're charging like $800 for these fedoras to be custom made.
You don't need to buy a custom one.
Well,
let's
I know.
Start with something. Let's training.
I
drills.
don't know that I ever saw you go in the fedora route.
No,
the KG route.
But here's the thing. I never would wear it. Like, I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, that would be awesome to own. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute. I'd never wear that thing. Because guys who wear those things out in public are really... Come on.
Oh, don't judge.
Oh, I don't know about that.
This is a judgment-free zone. Remember, we need to get back to being a judgment-free zone.
Yeah, come on. A dude walks into a restaurant with a cowboy hat and fedora.
It went like 3 days, and we went right into a judgment zone.
Here's the thing. The people that walk in there.
But we really need to be.
The people that walk in there carry it and own it.
Yeah.
As opposed to people that are like, hey, what do people think of my hat? Hey, you can see the difference.
I just don't.
And I'm into the people that wear it and live it. And them.
Honestly, I just don't think I could pull it off. Like, I just don't think I could make it
If you
work.
got one with the feather coming out and sat there at press row, I don't know if Logan would ever be the same.
I guarantee you I would never hear the end of that.
But I think it is an experiment we should try.
But
I'm on the hunt for a fedora from a guy. And it's not going to be custom. I'm just going to warn you because I ain't going to shell out that kind of money.
Nor would I ever. But that's just the thing. Like, it's like you can watch stuff on social media and be like, oh, right, I'm on board with this. And then you realize, wait a minute, no.
See that one right there? I mean, if that isn't you, this is the exact one I'd buy too. It's got a feather in it. I mean, dude, you imagine you walking into the conference tournament with that thing on, and they're like, oh.
I would get laughed at.
That's Scotty Garrard.
No, they're all going to laugh at you. Yeah, that would happen to me.
You can get one.
It could become your signature.
You could get one.
Hey, you remember that guy? It makes you memorable.
Oh, that's
that's tight.
Blue. What's that, Lloyd?
It makes you memorable. So, you remember that guy from Utah State?
Yeah. Okay. We remember Kevin Graham in the fedora.
As he walked away, they're like, "There goes Mr. Fedora."
It's like, okay.
Did he wear one?
Yeah, because Kid Rock used to wear one, and he loved Kid Rock, and so he was like,
still does love Kid Rock.
He does love him some Kid Rock. And it's just like, okay, let's not do that.
So Kev wears a fedora. Didn't know it.
Yeah.
Big fedora guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Just getting things started. Hope you're all having a tremendous Wednesday. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
At the Home Depot, finding the perfect carpet for your dream room is easier than ever. Browse a vast assortment of styles, colors, textures, and patterns, all designed to fit your vision and your budget. If you do find a lower quote on your carpeting job, we'll match it. Upgrade your space with carpet from the Home Depot that's plush, comfortable, and made to impress. Because your dream room shouldn't just look better, it should feel better too. Terms and conditions apply.
The best sports radio in Utah is right here, right here. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Okay, hold on here. So Lloyd takes the easy way out on his playlist
no,
and just goes.
We're not judging.
I'm not judging the music. I'm just judging
I'm actually already enjoying the stress that you guys deal with, trying to not offend Tim.
So essentially, Lloyd goes on a playlist from a movie.
Yeah.
And so you just pull the soundtrack.
Soundtrack, yeah.
It's 3 words.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. So this is like what was the show Jamil was on?
It was Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. This is like Wheel of Fortune. Like you want to solve the puzzle this early on, or do you want to wait a little bit and take another turn?
No, I'd like to solve.
Go ahead and solve.
Dazed and Confused.
Nailed it. I was gonna move something back a little bit. I was like, he might get this quickly.
Yeah, I know that one.
That was fast.
I've been dazed and confused for so long. It's not true. Great show.
I'll get you next time.
I did watch that one. But I do. That's a great soundtrack.
And I feel like you got help on the last one. I don't know if you solved that one. Me and Alex are both thinking.
No. I can verify he did not.
How would you know?
Because I was sitting right next to him.
Okay.
Like,
not any help from text or anything like that?
Not that I did not see his phone, but I did watch. I was looking at his computer. You know, we were a Bar W, right?
Good.
This one's.
I mean, my gosh, the guy guessed Aqualung.
Sitting on a park bench. Speaking of park bench, guess what? I talked to the head recruiter at BYU.
Yeah, I walked in on that conversation.
In fact, I was like, "How you doing?" And this guy's like, "I'm great. How are you?" And then smiled. Yeah, you sit over there and be quiet. Justin Young is on his way to Italy right now. They just signed the big Polish kid, Urbaniak, and I talked to him about him for a minute. He was over the moon about this guy. 24 years old, totally seasoned, and a little bit smaller, for a center, but I think his physicality know-how will serve him well. So he's excited about him. They're still working on another ad. There has been, this thing laying out there that Jackson Kohler is, a shoe-in for that. And if you don't know Jackson from American Fork High School originally, a Utah kid, played 4 years at Michigan State for the great Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
And didn't play right away and didn't transfer. He just kept learning, kept hanging out, became a very, very good player for them last year. And so there's some legal things that have to happen for him to be eligible. That's all being done, and I think there's interest perhaps on both sides, but not as close, I guess, as some have reported. They do have a little bit of a rogue reporter in Provo. I dealt with them a little too, that will just off the cuff, for their little blog or whatever, throw something out there to try to get out in front of things, and what it actually does is it screws you.
Yes.
So I'm glad I'm not dealing with him anymore. But they are still dealing with that. And so there's been a couple of those things that have intimated that it's closer than it is. So just wanted to give that. And then also next week, speaking of park benches, sitting on a park bench, he's going to find a little square in Italy.
Yeah.
And he's going to set up his phone, and we're going to do a visit with Justin from Italy and talk about BYU and what's going on down there.
So sitting on a corner, not in Winslow,
Not
Arizona.
in Winslow, but like in, I don't know, some remote part of Italy.
I love it.
Sounds like a good visit.
So that's not a team trip. That's a recruiting
trip. Yeah, there's Euro tournaments going on right now back there that he'll go take in, and they're on some really big dudes for 27. So very big dudes. One guy in particular told me about is same agency as Yegor Demon that they're dealing with, and that's a thing now. Same agency. It's sounding like the NBA. Clutch can open some doors for you with their guys, and I guess that's the same thing in college now.
Yeah. I'm sure that right now it's not just greasing the wheel. It used to be, everybody thought you grease the wheels of the kid, and then it was like, no, actually, mom and dad, in particular, mom is the one you really have to recruit. Now it's probably you got to go recruit his agent.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, yeah.
And how well do you know him? Have you done business with him? And the fact that they did and got Yegor through that, I think that's something that in negotiation and everything else will be a point in their favor. So it's fascinating to me to be gone from it since 2019 and have the whole thing. Like, I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah. And it doesn't break your heart that you're not in it anymore.
Oh, I told Lloyd today, I'm the happiest I've been in my whole life. Just sitting right here with you guys. Best job I've ever had.
And Alex, for sure.
Well, Alex more so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
He got some talent, up-and-coming talent. The rest of us are just, we're just trying to make the most of what we got.
Yep, just trying to cobble it all together. All right, SEC Media Day, where they create their own news because they're the SEC and they get to do whatever they want. Kirby Smart. So now there's this rumblings that the SEC's ready to break away. Hey, we're tired of all this nonsense. We're just going to create our own thing. And everybody in the country's like, fine, go. Like the dude from Tombstone. Well, bye. And Kirby Smart says, no, we're thinking about it.
I've actually been saying that for a long time to our president and our administrators that, my frustration is I sit in a meeting and so many times I sit in a meeting, and I learned this, I think 11 years ago, my first SEC head coaches meeting. I had a coach tell me, we will not get anything done in these meetings because we don't have any power or any control. We sit and say what we want, but that doesn't necessarily come to fruition. So I've learned that, until we get governance and we have someone that actually has the power to make decisions, or we can make decisions within our own community, we're not going to have much control. And that's unfortunate, but that's where we sit right now. And if that's the best alternative to get everybody playing by the same rules, then I would want to do that.
So essentially you're like, so we don't get what we want, so we want to just form our own thing. Okay, so what you're saying is because there's a lot of people with varying degrees of interest in their own hopes and dreams and their own goals, because they don't ally specifically with you and you can't bully them into doing what you want, then you're very frustrated. Okay. Sorry. Again, go form your own thing then.
Did you ever play? So this is notorious in my neighborhood, but we played 2-on-2. There was two guys, 4 of us about the same age, and we divided up, and it was always myself and Rick.
Rick.
Against Brent and Ron.
Oh, really? Hate those guys.
Yeah, they were just a nuisance. But things got hairy from time to time, and one of us would bring the ball, and there would always be a fight. Rick and Ron were brothers, so that was notorious. They fight all the time.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it was like it got to the point where whoever's ball it was got so agitated, they'd take it and walk away.
Take your ball and go home.
And that's exactly what this feels like. It's a it's a slap in the face to everybody else out there doing it, because they're doing it uphill. I mean, SEC's been doing it forever, but they've been plateau. They're raised up by the circumstances around them, ESPN being a big one. It's no surprise to me that the minute that NIL enters the equation, the SEC all of a sudden starts losing spots in the national championship. I mean, it's been 3 years since there's been a champion from the SEC. So, when the gravy train was open, when the rules were all stacked in their favor, yeah, it was great, and that's what they got used to. But let's open this up and actually have this be a competition. Let's not reserve it for, you at Georgia, Kirby, to have 3 positions that are 3 deep.
Yeah.
Legit 3 deep. And that's been the biggest change. The SEC's lost depth. A lot of these guys that were going to go willing to sit for a while, because mind you, before NIL, they were sitting there getting paid.
Oh, yeah. No, they were doing NIL before NIL.
Right. So the whole thing's been turned on its ear for them. And they're like, hey, we want the world back the way it was when it was so easy. And I think that's what everybody else is fighting against.
Yeah. And I think when they say they want governance, they want governance of their rules. Governance that they want.
Yeah, they want to be parliament and have their king.
Yes,
right? And that's kind of what it's been. But now, what we're saying is, no, let's have everybody have advantage. Everybody get what they can get. And if a place like BYU can pay dudes, BYU is a blue chip school in basketball now. They just are.
Yeah. In
this new world. And I would even say football, they've taken a huge step because they're paying guys more now and they're growing that thing. So to me, the Blue Bloods, the teams that are succeeding in this new era, it's got to displace what was happening before, because it was a completely different set of circumstances.
Now, speaking of the SEC, so we've got Ted Cruz, and he's got a bipartisan bill rolling through right now, hoping to get things. And this thing is massive in terms of its scope. In terms of roster size, in terms of conference realignment possibilities, revenue sharing, all of that. Well, you do have a former head coach that's Tommy Tuberville, who is now in Congress, and he has sent out a memo to all Republicans saying, "Look, Ted Cruz, I know he's one of us. Don't support his bill." Don't support it. Now, remember, Tommy Tuberville's in SEC country. This is an SEC guy. So he's like, don't support that bill. I have one. And his is very narrow. And I actually don't hate it. I wish it was more, but essentially all it does is say you have 5 years to play 5, you get 1 free transfer, and that's it. It doesn't go after NIL. It doesn't go after in terms of conference size or realignment, revenue distribution. It just focuses on the ability of a player to transfer. And I'm a big fan of that. Like I think a kid should be able to transfer as many times as he'd like, but he's going to lose eligibility. Like you get 1 free. I don't hate that. And if your coach gets fired or leaves, I don't hate that you can transfer too if you'd like.
Should be that way.
But other than that, like you're like, oh, coach doesn't like me or I'm homesick or something like that. You can transfer, but you're going to lose the year of eligibility, just like the old days. Like you have to sit out a year, and I don't hate that at all. So I don't know if that has more likelihood of passing than Ted Cruz's bill. But there's people out there that are being motivated by their constituents, Tommy Tuberville in SEC country, like, hey, don't mess with revenue sharing. We don't want to do that. We don't want to. We want to make our conference as big as we want. So no caps on conference expansion. We don't want to mess with that. We like what we're doing here. But if you can keep these kids to stay at their schools and not transfer, we would really like that.
That would clean up a lot. I
would.
mean, it's crazy now when you're watching even Summer League and, this era of guys, there's a guy that's been to 4 different schools.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty common, at least 2 to 3 nowadays. Very few guys stick around. So I think if they could clean that piece up, that would be massive. And the thought of that I like is when there's all sorts of rules, right, there becomes a whole bunch of digging in, spending the time, spending the money, legislating it all. If you can keep it pretty basic and just set parameters, like you've got 5 years to play, you can play 5. If they can pay you $1 billion, so be it. Who knows? I do think there's got to be some sort of equalizer amongst the schools.
Bless you.
Because, that's like, imagine the NBA without a salary cap. You'd be looking like Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
And year-to-year contracts.
Year-to-year contracts, right. Yeah. So a lot to uncover, but I do like that there's momentum because there's people talking about it. I think the Sorsby thing maybe spurred that on a little bit. This SEC talk and all of the breakaway stuff has got to motivate everybody else to we've got to figure this out. So hopefully, I'm not holding my breath.
All right, 1046, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone coming up next. What you may have missed, the great Ron McBride will step in studio with us at high noon. It's all right here on The Zone.
The biggest name. You're locked on to Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard alongside the coach.
Man, good
Tim
song,
LaComb.
Lloyd. Whew, it's good.
That is really good. Why can't Scotty just like Lloyd's list?
I like your list. This is a great song. Like I said, this makes me emotional because my kids, they'd be crying as babies. I'd hum this song to them, like, stop crying.
And see, it worked.
Please.
You're friends with all of them now.
Yeah.
Not just a dad.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I'm too much of a friend. Like, I got to, get a little bit more heavy-handed. Brody walks all over me now. And it's like...
We all know Jen does the heavy lifting on that, in that regard.
No, there's sometimes where she's the bad cop, I'm the good cop. I think she would think she's probably more bad cop than good cop. And it depends on the kid a little bit. I don't know. Parenting, guess what?
It's not easy.
You think you got it figured out. You don't. You never do. Even probably, Coach, even as an empty nester, you're like, I still don't know what the heck I'm
learning
doing.
every day. And as I said, you guys think you get them out of the house and you're learning. You got a married kid,
Oh, yeah.
Come back with needs that are bigger than a Band-Aid sometimes.
You're like,
that's when it was nice.
I have a picture in my office. I think I've told you this, where my kids were 12, 8, and 4. And I'm like, right there. Those were the solid days right there. They weren't expensive. If they could wake themselves up on a Saturday morning and make cereal. so they weren't, barking at you. They knew how to run the TV to keep themselves entertained. If something was hurt, they could tell you. It was like, if I could go back to that era, I would do it in a second, because I wasn't a big fan of the baby phase when you couldn't verbalize what was going on. And now they're old and they're expensive and complicated
and sometimes still struggle to verbalize.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, starting to get smarter than you.
Yeah.
It's like, geez.
Yeah.
Well, they're lucky. I know that, to have a pop like Scotty G.
Nah,
kids.
They're lucky to have a mom like Jenny. That's for sure.
You said good cop, bad cop. Mine's just, I'm the cop and my wife's Mary Poppins. And she fixes most everything with a spoonful of sugar.
Makes the medicine go down.
Yep.
All right, what you may have missed right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Coming up here in about 30 minutes, we're going to have to change the channel because we got a heater. We got to continue to see if it keeps going.
Yeah, the Red Sox got rained out last night, going for number 15, which would tie a franchise record all the way back to 48 with the great Ted Williams. So franchise record 15 wins can be tied today against the Orioles at first pitch 11:45.
So, by the way, speaking of rainouts and weather delays, Lloyd, you were at the Days of 47, right?
Yes, I was. Day one of it.
And I had to wait a little bit for that one to get through.
Not as long as I would have thought. It was funny because all of a sudden we started to see some clouds coming over our way, and the rain started to come down just a little bit. And right away, me and Jessica run back and kind of get up against the upper stands where maybe the rain's not quite hitting us.
Yeah.
The kids, nope, they stayed put. They stayed there watching.
They got the cowboy hats.
They got
too.
the cowboy hats. They're good to go. They're gonna power through it. But then it just came down, and the lightning, and so they had us. We're sitting underneath the bleachers, metal bleachers. Well, there's like lightning, and they're like, "Okay, well, you guys have to evacuate somewhere else. This isn't gonna work." So they evacuated us somewhere else. And you're thinking, we've seen rain delays, weather delays, like in football, Utah, at Michigan. I'm thinking, well, they're probably not going to 45 minutes usually. What's the rule of thumb on that?
It's got to be like 45 minutes between lightning strikes in a certain area. Yeah.
So I'm telling the boys, I'm like, well, I don't know if this is going to happen. Like, we just saw some lightning right there. No, I think we were able to get back out there by about 10. I think it was about roughly.
Nice.
And crowd, a lot of people had left, and we moved all the way up to the front, and it was spectacular. Temps were phenomenal. What an amazing event! It was great.
So you had everything like the bull riding and
everything, because they had only gotten in probably 1.5 events, probably right about, and so we got all of it.
Oh, that's
all
awesome.
of it in. Got the drone show afterwards, fireworks. I'll tell you what, that Days of 47, they do it right. That's fun.
Yeah, they don't skimp on that.
No, not one bit.
All right.
You should have got the boys into the mutton busting.
They're too. You know what?
They're
too
young?
old now.
Oh, too old.
Yeah. Apparently,
I love
Jackson,
seeing Jackie
Blue, he's 7.
Around.
I thought he'd be able to. No, I think it's like 6.
Wearing their cowboy hats out there. They did make the promo, I saw.
They did make the Days
really
of 47
cool.
promo. It was pretty awesome.
Very nice. I mean, it
they
pays to be Lloyd Cole.
They ride the bull. Yeah.
I mean, connections are everything in this
Absolutely.
world.
Hey,
life is good.
But let's be honest. You see those kids with the cowboy hats? They're made for that promotional video.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
like it's not like they did you a solid there. like those kids scream rodeo.
Yeah, they look like they were going out to change the water out there on the north field.
Oh my! So we're leaving, and this young girl goes up to Jackson. We're sitting there waiting as Xavier's going to the restroom, and she goes up to Jackson, and she goes, "I love your outfit."
Let's go.
And I looked, I was like, "Oh man!" I was like, "No, that's too soon."
He'll come out of his room today in the same thing.
Oh yeah, he's not changing that forever.
As he's walking, he's like sitting over there, looking over at her. I'm like. Like eyes forward, bud.
You know what he should have done? Just done like just tip that, like, ma'am.
Yeah, the cap.
Kind of the.
Thank you. Yes, the Phil Mickelson.
But in a good way. Yeah.
In a good way. Yeah. Yes.
Just like.
I'm telling you, cowboy in it, that is their element. They are urban cowboys.
All right, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We continue our tour around the upcoming opponents for the college football season. Hey, let's stay in Big 12 country. Iowa State. We'll talk a little Cyclones next right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.